All right.
Okay, so we're live on YouTube, we're recording, and I need to get a motion to come out of executive session. It's 4:14. Can I get a motion? Rick Jones, are you making a motion?
So moved.
Okay, do I get a
Second.
second? I have a
I'll make
second.
the second.
All those in favor? Aye, opposed, carried. All right, let the record show it's 4:15 and we're back into the course of business, order of business. So that brings us to the CEO's report on the RBW project.
And sorry, Chair, just for the record, no action was taken in executive session.
Right. You got that, Bill? No, listen.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
This is not an easy unmute, even though many people think I am a mutant, but
Bill, I've heard a lot of things said, but never that. And I would.
That wasn't one of them.
oh no,
That wasn't one of them.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, Rose.
Okay, so on page 3 is the public hearing transcript from April 6th, all the way through to page 40. There were no comments submitted after the meeting and during the 2-week waiting period, and there were also no comments at the public hearing, if those of you who were there recall. Page 41, there's a revised application. There was a few things that needed to be fixed in the pilot calculations, but nothing that increased benefits. So there's nothing extra that needed to be done. I just wanted to make sure you all had the revised application. On page 68, I completed the cost benefit analysis using Inform Analytics. And you can see, honestly, the benefit to cost ratio, in my opinion, is off the chart here. So if you considered 56 new employees, because we don't consider them retained because of our definition, the ratio is 84:1 for benefits to cost. If you only included the 18 brand new employees that they'll be adding over the next 3 years, it's still a 25:1 ratio. So it's obviously a very positive cost benefit analysis here. Does anybody have any questions on it?
I just have one question, Rose, and
Sure.
one comment. First, the comment that's easy. Page 52. I think they've got 30 for the current head count and 38 for FTEs. FTEs can't be higher than the head count.
What? Where? What?
Well, the current head count they have is 30. That's number, have cheeks in the seats, so to speak. Every head, whether they're full-time or part-time, it's 30. I don't see how for the current FTEs you can have 38, because that should be adjusted by the calculation that you do, the FTE. So it's backwards, wrong, something's screwy there.
Yeah, I also went with the 30. I went with 38 from the page 12, which shows the number of employees.
Yeah, the 52.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a small item. It's just
Okay, so it's So Joe,
inconsistent.
does that need to be revised again, or can we just note for the record that it's should we clarify here on record what the number of employees is?
Yes, I don't think you
I
need.
would like that.
I don't think you need to do a new document. I think if we indicate in the record. But Rick, I kind of follow you. What page are you on?
I'm on page 12 of the application, but page 52 of what Rose sent to us.
Yeah. And okay, so page 57 has 35.
I saw that.
Yeah, then page 52, there's 30, and then there's also 38. Charles, can you just
Okay, let's
clarify?
Charles, how many full-time
Let them-
employees? Is anybody from RBW able to hear me or speak?
Yeah, I just unmuted.
How about
myself.
clarifying it for me?
This is Charles.
Yeah, I know.
To my how's it going? My understanding is there is 38 full-time
Okay.
equivalents.
Well, let's make the changes in the application application. That shouldn't hold up the process at all.
No, it's minor, for sure.
Okay, well, if it's minor, so now we fixed it. Or we're
But
gonna
the head
fix
count
it.
then, Charles, is wrong. It can't be 38 FTEs and 30 head count.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
head
he'll
count is actual-
change it. He'll change it to 38.
Okay, so both are the same. Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Um, And yeah, I have one other question, Rose. There was, at the last meeting we had, there was some discussion between Kingston and the applicant about and the IDA about the assessed value.
Yep, that was dealt with. It's 2.6 million. And I reached out to Dan Baker to verify that.
Is that what we have in the application?
Yes.
I thought I,
All right, well, what do you think we have in it, Rick? Do you have a different
look-
number?
Oh, I'm sorry, 2.3. I'm sorry, Rick.
okay,
It
that's
was
what I saw,
2.3.
2.3.
I'm sorry. That was
Okay.
Romeo. That's 2.6. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
2.3 is fine. That's what I saw.
Yeah, it's 2.3. And yes, I
Okay.
verified it with Dan Baker though.
Okay, that's it. I'm finished.
We've been kind of on the fast track here, so periodically there'll be a glitch and, we'll update it and reflect it to have all the proper numbers. And thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Any other questions for Rose? Okay, I just want to, just on my end, I want to thank RBW. There's been a lot of wheels turning in this thing and a lot of movement. And I want to thank, the proprietors of the company, the principals, as well as their professionals. I see Mike Moriello is on today for helping us smooth some of these bumps out along the way. That's why it's so important, for us somewhere down the line to have a mentoring process or, to work hand in hand. And our CEO does a yeoman's job as far as identifying potential issues and as I said, ironing them out prior to. So thank you to everybody involved for that. Council, resolutions for consideration?
Yes, Chair, there's two resolutions for consideration. One is the seeker resolution, and the second is the approving resolution. The seeker resolution is relatively straightforward. We're bootstrapping on the back of the local entity with respect to the determination, with respect to the seeker impacts of the project. If you go to page, sorry, it's I'm in my Word document, not the actual.
I think it's page 81. Joe.
81 is the beginning of the resolutions, Joe.
81, if you go to page 83, we indicate that the town planning board of the town of Ulster adopted a type 2 determination with respect to the project. This project is not creating any additional space at the building. It's all interior fit up and reconstruction, so there's no change in the footprint. And under seeker, that constitutes a type 2 action, which by definition is more likely than not to have an environmental impact. So the first step in finalizing our consideration of the project, Chair, is for the consideration of the seeker resolution. And that's my explanation of the resolution, and I'm happy to answer or address any comments or questions from the board on that resolution.
Anyone with the board have any concerns or questions on the seeker resolution?
Not me.
Okay, so you need a motion here, Joe?
We need a motion and a second, and then we'll call a vote, Chair.
I'll make a motion to accept the determination that the seeker performed by the town of Ulster.
I need a second
I'll
Andy?
second that.
for Orlando. Let the record show that board member Storms is here now at this point. Hi, Faye.
Hello.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. Please take I know what it is, Rick. Please take the roll call vote. Thank you.
James Malcolm,
Yes.
Diane Einen is absent. Faith Storms,
Yes.
Michael Ham is absent. Daniel Savona,
Yes.
Orlando Reese,
Yes.
And Richard Jones, please.
Yes.
Okay. Council?
Yes, thank you, Chair. The next resolution is the approving resolution, and that begins on page 86 of the materials. And I would like to start with page 90 of the resolution. If you look at page 90 of the resolution, at the top of the page, H, we've considered any public comments with respect to the project. The CEO reviewed the public hearing transcript during the earlier part of this meeting, and so we've considered public hearing the public hearing comments. And then go to page 93 of the materials, and there we describe the criteria that the IDA has reviewed in connection with the consideration of the project. We looked at retention. We looked at creation of jobs. That's in items 1 and 2. And I'll fix the 30 number there to, I believe it's 38, based on the discussion during the meeting. We talk about labor jobs being created. There is no local labor issue here because the company did not commit to that. So that's why we checked the box no there. There is private sector investment of almost $6 million with respect to the project. In item 5, we estimate the various inducements and tax abatements that the IDA is granting to the company, and that's all based on the cost benefit analysis performed by the IDA CEO and the application prepared by the applicant. Given the track record of the applicant and the location and the high likelihood of the project being completed timely, there is a high I'm now on item 7, new revenue being generated when this property goes back on the tax rolls. This project is in a economically distressed area, and it's providing a needed service in Ulster County, so there are additional public benefits. It aligns with local planning and development efforts, so that box is checked. There is local and county support. There's no, actually there is brownfield, I'm sorry, that box should be checked no, pardon me, Chair. Item 11, there's not a brownfield present here, so we'll check that box no. So we'll make that correction along with the job numbers in item 1. And then this is complying with our IDA policies with respect to clawback and job levels and investment in the completion date. So with that, I'll open it up for any comments or questions. The resolution itself authorizes the chair to execute the IDA documents. The structure is similar to what we've done with other straight lease transactions. We'll have insurance, we'll have indemnification, and like I said, with respect to the discussion on compliance, we'll have our clawback agreement entered into in connection with the project. And again, with that, I'll open up for any comments or questions.
Let me be clear, as chair, I am 100% in favor of this project. I did ask a question at the public hearing. I haven't gotten an answer yet. The status of the existing leases in that building, are they evergreen? Are they at will? No one ever got back to me. I'm concerned about that just for my own edification, as well as I noticed the box check, not the local construction. And I can tell you right now, the people who live in this county are all part of that process. This incentive falls on their back. It's not that you haven't made a commitment to using local labor. I know inside, what your employees of record, you will. I can't stress enough how important it is to utilize to the best of your ability local contractors, local tradespeople in doing your renovations. I would hope you would take that into consideration. But I'm still waiting for answers on the leases. That's not going to hold up my vote, but it's been how long since the public hearing? And I still don't have an answer. So I will get back with you, and I would hope you would be able to shed some light on that for me. Is there anyone here I should consider to be the go-to person with that?
I could speak to the lease matter. It's my understanding that some of the tenants have been in there for multiple years, if not decades. And we have no intention of not renewing their leases. And it's, the building is more than substantially large enough. There's actually an additional 30,000 square feet that is unoccupied. So there's a lot of opportunity to actually bring in more businesses in the community.
That's just kind of echoing the answer I got at the last meeting. I just want to know what type of leases you have there. And if you have 30,000 square feet and you've been incentivized by the county, is it going to be the same typical lease for people coming in, or the lease is going to change? Just for my...
Hi. It's Herb. There's basically a parking
Who?
lot lease.
Who is it?
Herb Gans, I'm the controller,
Okay,
director of finance.
great. Thank you.
Okay, let me just say, there is I'm not gonna name the tenants, or I'm just gonna try to give you a quick overview. There's one tenant who is in the school bus business, and they're renting some space in the parking lot. There's two municipal or county tenants. One lease ends in 2022, and there are options. And there's another lease that expires in 11/29. I'm not sure, anything else I think. we would have
Okay,
to
Herb,
do it
here's what I'm
privately.
asking you, okay?
Yeah.
Is the language typical in all the existing leases? And if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the case, if you move into 30,000 square feet that's open and you decide to chop that up maybe in 10,000 square foot units, are the leases going to be the same? Is everything going to reflect, it's going to be consistent? That's my question.
Oh, well, first of all, when you're talking about municipalities and government, their leases generally may not coincide with a normal everyday arm's length transaction would be. But there's no question that the company is going to lease the space at market value, as RBW has to sign their lease, which is not signed yet, and it'll be a traditional lease.
Okay. A traditional lease meaning, is there an evergreen in it?
When you say evergreen,
Well, I mean, if it rolls over, no more than 60, no less than 90, are you trying to get out of your lease? Is it an automatic and it rolls over?
no lease is automatic. If it's a 5-year lease, there are probably going to be extensions, but each party has to agree to it.
All right, that's simple. I just want to make sure that, again, for my own edification, that anyone, if they decide to create more office space or whatever, that it's all going to be the same. That's all, the language.
Yeah, the language
That's
should
my
be
answer,
similar,
right?
but government leases are going to have certain clauses and conditions where a normal arm's length transaction lease would not have.
Makes sense.
All right, so good. We got that. That was painful, and I think part of that is my fault. I apologize. I could have been a bit clearer or reached out and got an answer earlier. And again, I can't stress enough the use of local labor, because they're the people essentially that are footing the bill, I should say. So with that being said, unless there's any other comments or questions, I would move to take a roll call vote to adopt the approving resolution. I need a motion. Do I have a second? Orlando?
Second that.
All those in favor of moving to a roll call? Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you. Rose?
James Malcolm,
Yes.
Diane Einen and Michael Ham are absent, so Faye Storms,
Yes.
Daniel Savona,
Yes.
Orlando Reese,
Yes.
and Richard Jones.
Yes.
Great.
And excuse me, Rose, to make sure I get this right, it was Rick and Orlando.
Orlando,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Moved and seconded. Great, thank you.
Well, congratulations, RBW people. On our agenda, we still have public comments for agenda items only. Anyone? No? Okay. As I said, would you like to make any comments, Charles? Or you just want to quit while we're ahead?
I'm going mute on this one.
Yeah,
Smart.
thank you, Rose and Jim and everyone else for the association of supporting the project. It's been a really great experience for us so far, and encouraging us to consider Ulster County, and we look forward to the next 20 years and how we can grow our business and give back to the local community.
Well, I see economic development in the bottom left-hand corner, so trust me, they'll be stalking you. They'll get a hold of you. Anyone else? Any board members want to comment on the project? I want to thank each and every one of you for putting in the time and the effort to work with the applicant.
Congratulations. It's a really well done endeavor. Excited to see it in production and moving ahead.
What's the timeline, Charles?
We've been communicating to our team that there'll be 2 phases, and the first phase will be moving our inventory and some of the production in the fall. So probably October would be a target month for seeing the first lights on in the majority of the south side of the building that we'll occupy.
I think that's great. We'd love to come down and see it once you're up and running.
Right.
Yeah, I look
Right.
forward to coming out for the annual visit, Charles.
Okay, with that said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, the board. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll
A
second.
second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, guys.
Katie, would you stay on?
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you all.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Alex.
Everybody.
Thanks for this great opportunity.
Rose, you'll give me a call later and we can talk about the CDs.
I will.
I'm around.
Don't ignore my call, Rick.
Well, I won't. I will jump right on it. Make sure you're calling from a phone number that I can see.
I will.
And Rose, will you find out about this so I can get it done?
Yes, I
either
will.
tomorrow?
Yes,
Yeah.
no problem, Orlando.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Here, do you
All
need
right.
to stay on, or do you want me
No, yeah, just stay on.
Yeah.
Just stay on. Katie, I typically don't do public comments or anything else, so I don't want you to think that we'd be avoiding you. What I normally do is I either direct a question to our CEO or counsel. I say more than enough, but understand that we appreciate all the work and time that economic development has put in with us. We're always trying to work hand in hand, and you know, between you, me, and the wall. I was reading the Middletown.
Oh, hold
paper
on one
today.
minute. Hold on 1 minute. Aaron didn't stop.